What's up guys, welcome to Vintage Genetics, where it is all about classic bodybuilding. And you can see it is pretty cold in the Netherlands. We are on our way to the gym, so let's hurry up and show you what the workout is all about. Time to work out. Alright, so today is a chest and shoulder training. Starting out of course with the chest, because that's what I want to get huge as possible. Starting out with the bench press, but I'm doing it a little differently. I don't know if you noticed, but normally my grip on the bench press is very wide, and this is the regular grip, for most people at least. About a few inches, 2-3 inches closer to each other my hands are, and that allows me to squeeze my chest even more than usual. Usually when you have a very wide grip it's more about the stretch, but now I can contract the chest a little better because my hands are closer, and the contraction of the chest at the top with hands closer to each other is stronger. So we're doing a full exercise of 6 entire sets, but the last set will be a drop set of a lot of reps until failure, and the rest of the sets will be pyramiding up in weight. As you can see right here, set number 4, 120 kilos. This other grip really is something to get used to when you've done it for years with the wide grip, but it does feel different in a good way. Like the chest, you are more conscious of the chest because you're able to contract it better, and when you do the range of motion like I'm doing right here in a controlled fashion, going slowly down, touch the chest and go back up again, you will get the most out of this exercise, because the longer the chest is under tension, the more growth will occur. And I understand that for some people it's more difficult to accept this, to let the bar go down where it needs to go. A lot of people say, well, I already feel the stretch at this point. Okay, yeah, sure, but you can go even further. The better the stretch you get in the chest, simply the more beneficial it will be. Don't ego lift, but lift with intelligence.
Lightweight? Yeah, buddy! Yes, boys, 130 kilos. Lightweight.
As many reps as possible until the chest. As many reps as possible indeed, and I choose about 60% of my last set, so that I'll be able to do at least 15 plus reps, and this way you will achieve an amazing pump right at the start of the workout. A lot of pro bodybuilders are always saying that they want to rush as much blood into the muscles as possible to deliver oxygen, nutrients, and simply a lot of blood to stretch the fascia of the muscle in order to make the muscle grow as efficiently as possible. And that's why I like the pump as well, and on top of that, it looks pretty awesome. And then an exercise that is very focused, very concentrated, unilateral chest press. Now, we all know the regular chest press, just doing with 2 handles, stretching and squeezing the chest. We all know that. We're all used to that. Sometimes you have to do something different in order to get a bigger response in your muscles. Now, the reason why I say that this is a concentrated way of doing the chest press is because you can focus, first of all, on one side of your body, left or right. Always start with the weak side, by the way. If you have uneven chest, if you have uneven pecs, then start out with, for example, the left side when it's smaller, in order to minimize the difference. But the squeeze here is that much greater. The angle of my body here causes me to be able to contract the chest even more, kind of like doing flies, which, trust me, will feel amazing when you're doing it like that. And it does really feel like doing dumbbell flies, but the difference is that it's a very controlled motion. The stretch isn't as great, but the contraction is very concentrated. It's a peak contraction of the chest when you do it the right way. And after pumping up the chest with these two exercises, the first one, 6 sets to really fill the chest up with blood, and the second exercise as a concentrated squeeze exercise, the chest is pumped up and ready to be stretched out by none other than the classic dumbbell flies on a very slight incline. And I'm doing it in a very special way again, starting out with a few 3 to 4 reps, full range of motion reps, and then 3 to 4 stretch reps, which means I'm keeping the dumbbells at the bottom to really stretch out the chest. You can see it right there. The shape of my chest changes as I'm doing the exercise. This is really an exercise you should go all out with, because almost there is none other exercise as effective as this one. I really prefer this one over the cable fly version. The stretch is just so much more amazing, and you can do a lot more variations with it, in my opinion. Arnold Schwarzenegger used to do this in combination with cable flies, but the dumbbell flies, he says, is simply the best chest builder there is. It's the only isolation movement for the chest that you can do, and the dumbbells, the free weights, is the best way to train every single muscle fiber in the chest. But I do have to say, when you have trouble contracting the chest yourself when doing a full range of motion fly with the dumbbells, then I do recommend doing the cable flies, because those are very good as well. But always keep practicing. Always be aware and conscious of your own muscles. The better you're aware of this, the more growth will occur. And right here I'm going heavier, and here you can see the shape of the chest even better. You can see that it stretches out as far as it can, and then the contraction happens as well. A lot of people rest at the top, which is something you really shouldn't do. You should consciously contract the chest at all times. Keep it under tension. Constant tension will make the exercise more difficult, but also more rewarding. And this is an interesting one, with which you really have to be able to focus on contracting the chest yourself. The low-high dumbbell flies. Usually I do this with a cable, and then you get a very nice contraction of the upper chest, and look at that vintage genetics in the background. But the difference between the dumbbell version and the cable version is that the stretch on the dumbbells is much greater, much like the regular flies. But the contraction is there as well. As you can see, the chest keeps changing, and at the top there's always tension this time. When doing normal dumbbell flies, there isn't always tension, but when doing this one, the tension happens automatically. But you cannot do heavy on this exercise unless you're doing it wrong. Again, this is an isolation movement. Don't use the biceps, only use the shoulder joint in order to stretch and contract the chest. You really will feel the bottom of your chest stretch at the bottom, and the top of your chest contract at the top. And then, because it's a chest and shoulder workout, we will be doing the side double lateral raise. And trust me, there is none other like this that is as good for the side delts, for getting round shoulders, full deltoids, than this, the side double lateral raise. I chose to do it with one arm so I can focus on each side a little bit better. You can actually go a little heavier this way as well, in my opinion. Go a little beyond failure and focus more on the contraction at the top. But you simply cannot do it heavy. The most I will do is 12 to 14 kilos. I see some people do it with 20 kilos, and then I think to myself, well, he's gonna build an amazing set of traps, not side delts, because the heavier you go, automatically the more the traps will be included in the movement, and that's not what we want. We are bodybuilders, not powerlifters. And then on top of the regular side lateral raise, we do the incline version. It looks the same, the movement is the same, again one arm at a time. It's only possible to do one arm at this one, but the tension shifts, as you can see right here. Arnold did them as well. He knew what was up. Doing this at a 45-degree incline will cause the tension to be there even at the very bottom, which is the difference between the regular side lateral raise, because at the bottom when you're standing up there is no tension, but here there's tension at the top all the way to the bottom, and that is the true advantage of this exercise. And you can even go lighter with this one because the tension will cause this exercise to be that much more difficult. And then, as you can see, there's almost no one at the gym anymore because it was already closing time, so I decided to do a lot of face pulls as the last exercise to work on the rear delts. I do say that it's a chest and shoulder workout, but I don't work the front delts separately because all the chest exercises already hit the front delts more than enough. At least for me, they grow more than well enough on just chest exercises. But anyway guys, this was the workout. Right, I just got home from working out, and right after working out I had a post-workout shake of about 35 grams of whey isolate. And then when I get home, I'm gonna start juicing some vegetables, and there's carbohydrates in here. I like doing this right when I get home, about 20 minutes after working out, and then about half an hour after this I have my post-workout meal. I have a little bit of a sore throat, so that's why I put in 2 oranges. Here's the celery, and I'm gonna add some carrots and maybe some ginger as well. Let's see what this does. Kaboom! Look at that. Look at that. And this is the end result of the juiced vegetables and fruits. A full beer glass of health. Time to enjoy this. Time to enjoy this. Alright guys, I feel like having ice cream tonight, so I'm gonna use Cytic Nutrition Protein Ice Cream Light. So let me show you how I do that real quick. So I've got 100 grams, which is 2 portions in this container, and you need to add double the amount of liquids. Now I like to use soy milk for that because it has properties that make it even more creamy. So we're gonna put 200 milliliters in here. Kaboom. And then we've got liquid egg whites. Now we all know when you beat liquid egg whites for a while, they become very airy. So I'm gonna add about 50 grams in here. This is not the original recipe, but that doesn't matter to me because this results in an even creamier ice cream. And then we add this. As you can see, it's gonna be about 100 grams. just like that, to the dot, to the point. Then I like to use a mixer. You can do it with a hand mixer as well, but I like this because then, kaboom, you don't have to do anything yourself. And I'm gonna let this mix for about 5 to 10 minutes on the highest setting, and then I'll show you what it looks like. This is the protein ice cream I'm using, by the way. Reduced carb and sugar. It's a light version. There's also a regular version, but the taste difference is almost non-existent, so why not go for the lower caloric ones? And this is the amount per portion. Now, as I said, I'm taking 2 portions of 50 grams, which is 100 grams, which is about 430 calories. But there's not a lot of carbs in there at all, as you can see. So this is a very nice dessert to have late at night before bed, when the fat content, which is 11 grams per portion, should be higher and the carb content should be a little lower. The protein is very nice as well. 2 portions, that's 28 grams of protein, plus the 200 milliliters of either whole milk, regular milk, or soy milk, which adds another 6 to 10 proteins, and then the liquid egg whites, which again adds some protein. So you're gonna have a nice, responsible, delicious ice cream meal. So I just showed you the ice cream, but what I also showed you is the computer that I have, which is, let me show you this right here. A 4K resolution screen, which is pretty big. As you can see, this is my computer, which I work with. I purchased this, and you can see Cooler Master is a pretty nice brand. Here you can see all the components inside, and this is the camera. But yeah, this is the computer that I use to edit all the videos, and this is the editing program that I use as well. In here, I put all the footage and make a video and upload it on YouTube. And this is a gaming keyboard, pretty awesome. This is my gaming mouse, all from the gaming era, because I used to be a gamer, you guys. I used to be a gamer, and I'm gonna tell you guys more about that in another video. But yeah, this computer actually costs quite a lot, but I needed it to be able to render videos much faster. So that is the reason why I have this computer. I used to have one. It took me like 3 to 4 hours to render a video, and now it only takes 15 to 20 minutes. So yes, that's a very great benefit to a video editor when you want to get videos out quick. Especially when you're done training, working out, it's already late at night, and then you gotta finish the video of that training and you want to upload it the same night. But if it's gonna render for a few hours, it's not gonna be possible, but now it is. Anyway, let's check back on the ice cream. And as you can see, it turned into a creamy, divine meal. Isn't that looking perfect? Now, this is actually already edible as a pudding or a cream or whatever you want to call it, but I like ice cream, so I'm going to freeze this in the freezer, and in about 3 hours it will be frozen solid. Look at this, guys, a vegetable mix stir fry. I basically picked this from a regular mixed vegetable bag from the grocery store, but this is a winter edition because there's pumpkin in there as well. I usually never try it, but it's very good, I have to say. Oh, some leek, some onion, carrots in there, so it tastes really good. Right here I have 100 grams of Uncle Ben's rice cooking away, which is, in my opinion, the best rice there is. And right here I've got 2 white fishes steaming away, which is about to be finished. And then when it's all done, I'm gonna combine these meals together to create an ultimate, delicious bodybuilding meal. So I added the rice in the stir-fry mix, and what I like to do is then add some spices such as Cajun spices, turmeric, and laos, which is kind of like turmeric in the same family of spices. It's dried galanga root, which is also pretty nice tasting and healthy, full of antioxidants. So let's add these spices now and show you the end result. Now look at this. This is the mixed version of the spices, the vegetables and the rice. And this is really about to finish. Oops, steaming away. Almost prick it with a fork. And it's very soft, and that means it's done. Then you turn it off, pull out the plug, and combine this with that. Honestly, I think it is important as a bodybuilder to make your food tasty, but at the same time remain healthy. And that is very possible. That's what I'm doing every single day with spices, herbs, adding a little salt to it, which is not harmful if you work out hard enough. You actually need it for muscular contractions, but it makes your food taste so much better. No more dry chicken, dry fish, dry rice, dry vegetables without the spices, without the herbs to spice it up and make it that much more tasty. It's just, I'm looking forward to every single meal, and for people who find it difficult to eat enough food, this is the best way to do it. Trust me. So guys, I've got the meal with me right now. Looks like this, look at that. It's, I'm looking forward to eating this. Even in the off season right now when I'm eating more than usual, it's very easy to do because everything tastes so good. Enough protein in here, enough carbs in here, enough micronutrients in here. And I urge you guys actually to get a steamer for your vegetables and for your fish. Right now I just stir fry the vegetables because it's really meant to stir fry, but for example when you have broccoli or something, or cauliflower, asparagus, it's just very nice to be able to steam it in such a steaming device, and then the micronutrients, the vitamins, the minerals will be kept in there a lot more efficient. And the fish will also taste that much better. You can do it with chicken as well, by the way, and then even without adding the salt, the taste by itself is much more superior. But as I said, adding spices will make it top notch. Let's enjoy this meal. Alright guys, I'm about to wrap up this video, but before I go I wanted to show you the newest item in the Vintage Genetics store. Let me show you. It's right here. It's the Stay Golden tank tops, the stringer tank top. As you can see, this is the yellow version. Stay Golden right there. And this is the black version with the gold. And this actually is a shiny gold. If you look closely, it's a shiny gold. And on the back, they both have Vintage Genetics. So yeah, we wanted to get stringer tank tops, so we're very happy with these. Good quality and a nice print. So if you haven't already, check it out on the website. It would be much appreciated. Anyway guys, this was the video of the day. Lean bulking episode number 3. A lot more episodes are coming. I think the next video will be a Q&A, so if you have any questions, ask them down below so I can add them to my document of questions, and you might end up in the next Q&A video. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to wait for it. Stay golden.